To make this blanket, you need this kind of yarn. Recommended needle is 4 mm. Knitting needles, in this case I am using circular needles, but you can use straight needles, a needle and scissors. To make a blanket of 80 cm per 80 cm, you will need 8 skeins of the color B. Each skein is of 50 grams and 4 skeins of the color A. This stitch is a repetition of 16 rows. You start with a row with the color A, in this case the white color, and you have to make 16 rows, finishing with 1 row with the white color again, with the color A. To make the blanket of 80 centimeters, you have to cast on 208 stitches. This stitch is multiple of 8, so if you want to make the blanket bigger or smaller, you have to cast on stitches multiple of 8. In my case, to make 80 centimeters, I have to cast on 208 stitches. Row number 1. You have to knit all the stitches with the color A, with the white yarn. Work the knit stitch in all the stitches. Row number 1, knit all the stitches. Row number 2, also with the white yarn, the color A, you have to work also the knit stitch in all the stitches. 1 knit stitch on each stitch. Row number 3, we have to take now the color B, in my case the yellow color. You have to knit 3 with the yellow color, with the color B. And you have to slip the next 2 stitches purlwise. So you leave the yarn at back, the back and slip the 2 stitches purlwise. Continue working 6 stitches with the color B, 6 stitches with the yellow yarn, and slip again the 2 stitches purlwise, and this is what we have to repeat to the end. 6 knit stitches with the color B, with the yellow color, and slip the 2 stitches purlwise. Once you only have 5 stitches, you have to slip the 2 stitches, and remember, slip the 2 stitches purlwise and knit the 3 last stitches. Row number 4. On the wrong side, you have to work 3 purl stitches, 3 purl stitches with the yellow yarn, with the color B. Slip the 2 stitches purlwise, the 2 stitches with white yarn, and purl 6 stitches. Work the 6 stitches in yellow, work the purl stitch. Slip the next 2 stitches purlwise. Remember, you have to slip purlwise in all this blanket and continue working 6 purl stitches to the end. When you have only 5 stitches, you have to slip the 2 stitches and purl 3. Row number 5. We have to repeat. You have to repeat the row number 3. So knit 3, slip 2, knit 6, slip 2, and repeat to the end, finishing with slip 2 stitches purlwise and knit 3. Row number 6, you have to repeat the row number 4. Purl 3, slip the 2 next stitches purlwise, purl 6, slip the next 2 stitches purlwise and repeat to the end. You have to repeat those 2 rows again. You need 6 rows with the yellow yarn with the color B. On the rows 9 and 10, we have to repeat the row 1 and 2. We have to knit all the stitches using the color A, the white yarn. We have to take again the white yarn and knit all the stitches in this row, including the white stitches. Once we finish the row number 9, we have to make the row number 10, also knitting all the stitches with the white yarn. Row 11, we have to slip 1 stitch purlwise, knit 6 stitches with the color B, with the yellow yarn, and repeat, slip 2 stitches purlwise and knit 6. And we have to slip also the last stitch purlwise. Row 12, we have to slip the first stitch purlwise, purl the 6 stitches with the V color, with the color V, with a yellow color. Slip the 2 following stitches purlwise, purl 6 and repeat the same to the end of the row. We have to repeat the rows with the yellow colors to have 6 rows. And the rows 17 and 18, we have to repeat the row number 1 and number 2. We have to knit all the stitches using the color A, using the white yarn. Once we finish the row number 18, we have to start again with the row number 3. You have to repeat from the row 3 to the row 18, and you have to repeat those rows to have 80 centimeters. Once you have 80 centimeters, you have to finish with the row 17, and in the row 18 you have to bind off all the stitches. So you have to knit one, knit the following stitch, and pass the first stitch over the second stitch, knit the following stitch, and pass the first stitch over the second stitch. And you have to repeat the same to the end of the row. And once you finish binding off all the stitches, you have to take a needle and fasten off. And you finish the blanket.